Awesome, good people. Welcome to Public Show. This is another event and episode that will be against all odds and against our custom as Public Show family. Now we have been informed by one of our subscribers and our most supportive individual who works in these big corporations that run production and emission of gases and all activities in Kenya. And there is this auction that is going to take place in Nairobi, date 14, which will be sponsored and run by a Saudi Arabian company, because today we are going global. And since you have asked, we inform the public about this, and the government and also the corporation that haven't gotten this information is that there is this auction that is coming up that will be part of a campaign that is running to ensure they mobilize more individuals and more companies to participate in fighting and combating climate change through sale of carbon credits. Carbon credits has been practiced since 1997 when it was formed in Kyoto, I think, and since from that period, companies are in some areas like California. They have incorporated policies and regulations that ensure companies follow these guidelines to promote and take responsibility on their carbon emission or any greenhouse gas emissions. Now, Saudi Arabia last year started this initiative whereby they formed an organization that is run by the Regional Voluntary Carbon Market Company that is conducting the world's largest voluntary carbon credits in Africa, and specifically in Kenya, where Nairobi. So we have this opportunity as a public show to ensure that we inform the public about this big auction and massive auction. Now, what is this all about? What are these carbon credits? For us to be in the same level. Now here is carbon credits. These are credits that can be utilized by buyers to offset their carbon emissions and support their contribution to the global transition to net zero. For instance, you'll find that a company like Kengen Coco Corporation, also KPLC is emitting a lot of gases in the event of producing electricity and power. These organizations are able to now take responsibility by purchasing this carbon credit, so that these credits and the amount that is generated from the purchasing of the credits is utilized to support organizations, individuals, and communities that are running activities which is like planting trees, maintaining forests, encouraging green energy, solar systems, wind power, all that. In most cases, you'll find there are those carbon credits that are mandatory and needs to be compliant, and this one is a voluntary, whereby any organization, any company can get engaged in this area. Okay, now who is running the show and how did it start? This it was started by Public Investment Fund and Saudi Tadawal Group, which aims to provide guidance and resources to support businesses and industries in the MENA region. MENA region again is the Middle East and North Africa regions, and most cases, in particularly the incorporating the entire of Africa to ensure that Africa and Middle East are taking part in promoting green energy and promoting climate change through the available resources. The upcoming event will witness the auctioning of over 2 million tons of high quality Vera registered carbon credits. More than 15 companies from Saudi Arabia and beyond. So there are 15 companies that will come from Saudi Arabia that have come up together to ensure that they support this model and this activity. Plus, other companies can come on board, buy these carbon credits, because Kenya has been at the forefront. At the same time, you should know that Kenya is number 18 in Africa in participating in carbon market sale. The first one took place in Saudi Arabia, part of Riyadh, and 1.4 million carbon credits, 1.4 million tons of carbon credits was sold. It was a massive achievement. This time around, they are selling 2 million. So while user 1.4 million, this time around they are targeting to auction 2 million tons of carbon credits. So your company and our country and this community should participate in buying of this auction of carbon credits. And what does that mean? 1.4 million carbon credits. It's like being able to offset 250,000 family cars emissions. Now, carbon credits are generated through projects that either avoid emissions, use renewable energy, support environmental change. Like in Lamu, there is organization like naita Mikoko Pamoja. This is mangrove trees together. There are these organizations that have planted 5,000 acres plus in the coastal region to ensure that the sea and the ocean and the mangrove trees are revived back. The project associated with the Nairobi auction, this is now key. Why Nairobi and why Nairobi in particular? Now, the project associated with the Nairobi auction include a combination of CO2 avoidance and removal, with the majority originating from Africa. They are targeting African companies, African communities who are able to prove that their activities that they are undertaking, these activities are helping in reducing in emission of carbon dioxide and any greenhouse gases. All the projects that they are undertaking, kuna zile zenye huwa zinachukua carbon from the air, the atmosphere, and store it and eliminate it from the atmosphere. There are those projects. Or if they are encouraging the people to use gas for cooking, to use cooking stoves that are electric, to use solar systems. So the chairperson of Regional Voluntary Carbon Market said that a key enabler to address today's energy transition creatively and responsibly as part of a public investment fund's effort to address the effect in climate change, aligned with Saudi Arabia's wider initiative to achieve net zero in 2060. With this auction, the company will reach a depth and the scale where it can make a meaningful difference and contribute to the UN Sustainable Development Goals. This is a statement by the chairperson of the companies that were created by public PIF of Saudi Arabia and Saudi Third World Group, which is an umbrella that is governed by the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia. And we are very happy to announce that they are committed and they are willing to give resources, as they set up around $133 million last year. Expect them to be drawn all the way to the common person on the ground who is planting trees, because we need to give sense to these individuals why they should plant these trees. Okay, because somebody is asking, why should I plant trees? Am I the one who is polluting the environment? What are the benefits? I don't care. Or is it even necessary? Why should I bother? But these organizations are taking the responsibility, and the only way they can give back to the community and show commitment is by participating in carbon credits, purchasing or selling. If a company earns a credit, then the funds that they use to buy the credit can be used to fund this project. That is the core business of all this process. Now, the chief executive of Regional Voluntary Carbon Market Credit Companies, Riham Egzi, said this auction, the Nairobi auction, will be a landmark moment in the environment of their carbon emission while they work to reach their emission reduction target. Okay. Also, we are showing how the Middle East, okay, and Africa can work together productively to drive innovative climate action in emerging economies. The global South will need enormous financial investment in climate mitigation and we are ideally placed to work closely together. These are the ones of the chief executive of the regional voluntary carbon market companies, doing that. Auctioning these carbon credits here in Nairobi will be a big deal, will be a moment. 2 million tons of carbon credits will be sold in Nairobi date 14. And you guys and your corporations management and everybody, please come and purchase these carbon credits so that you can support that Mama Mboga who is down there planting trees, that guy who is running and supporting the forest, anybody who is supporting green energy, these funds can be utilized there. At the same time, we need to use all the tools available. We should not wait for the West. We should not wait for anybody else, but we need to take responsibility as Africa and the Middle East, because there is commitment and there is will. Where there is will, there is always a way, and we will achieve this process to achieve the net zero by 2060. At the same time, voluntary carbon markets are a part of that solution. We should note that they are part of that solution, and by attracting even more buyers into our ecosystem, the company will continue to play an ever larger role in that journey. Because if they participate in Kenya and in Nairobi next week, then once you see this information here and participate in that activity on that date, then we are bringing more people on board. We are creating awareness, and most of the public will be able to benefit from this. What did the CES say, and how are they been participating in this process in different organizations? Because there is COP27 in Egypt. The president was there and he was also advocating for this. President William Ruto knows that there are challenges, there are intermediaries, there are crooks, there are people who are eating money. We call it eating money here in Kenya, and they are taking an opportunity that the common person who is participating in this activity is not benefiting. So what are the measures? There needs to be a political will. Commitment from government, and because I believe this organization, when they see their money is being utilized well and people are benefiting, there is economic benefit to the common person, and there is also revenue generation in the country, then it's an opportunity for everybody. At the same time, we will be achieving green net zero as of 2050 or 2060. So environmental CES together with the president are all willing and committed. What did the president say about this process? Kenya will be generating more than 30 million tons of carbon credits annually, earning incomes and creating green jobs for youths. That's awesome. At the same time, communities involved in fighting climate change should benefit more. Let's see what few want to benefit. So, but every member in the community who is involved should benefit more. At the same time, establish a carbon market that works for Kenya and African communities. Because you might find that 100 million is given. For instance, in this auction, 100 million is gained. Then, within a short period, this 100 million, the only amount that can reach the common person is 20 million. These communities, 80 million is taken by intermediaries. I benefit the people. That's why you find people have no morale, have no interest, and they are wondering why they should participate in this sector. So, in short, we are saying that we should be able to participate in this auction and ensure that we have our whole agenda together, and the auction will be an awesome event for any individual who is willing to participate and to engage is or ourselves or your corporation or the government together to achieve the best interest of the nation. Okay, from this end, I thank you, and I believe that we will manage to be in this event if possible. And if you are seeing this video today and you have access to this event, then book us a slot so that we can cover how this process will be taking place. It will be an opportunity and an honor for Pamrik Show and you guys to have access to this event. I'll be trying my best to go to the Saudi Arabia Embassy, to go to the Ministry of Environment, so that we can have an opportunity to understand what are they up to and how will this process run and who are the beneficiary and how does this process has to go through. From this end, my name is Patrick Mutuma and you are watching Pamrek Show. Thank you guys for your time, and until next time, God bless.